Good night and welcome to Benalmádena First English News broadcast. Digital Costa del Sol brings you every Friday all the information about this week's news. November 11th is a special date for the English and French community as it commemorates the armistice of the First World War. Last Friday in Benalmádena we had a small commemorative act with the presence of the mayor.
The Bilbil Castle hosted last Friday an emotional ceremony on occasion of Remembrance Day, known internationally as Armistice Day, an event that serves to commemorate the day on which First World War ended with the signing of the German armistice. A small representation of the English, Welsh and French communities of our municipality were present, as well as Benalmádena's mayor, Víctor Navas, also foreign residence councilman, and the deputy mayor, Pablo Centella. In addition to the mayor, the event was attended by the Consul of the United States, Roberta Aaron, and the Vice Consul of the United Kingdom, Miriam Pérez Martín.
Hoy conmemoramos que aquel 11 de noviembre
Today we celebrate the end of a war between brotherly peoples. Let this recognition serve as a tribute to honor all the people and families who suffered this conflict and to appeal to the responsibility of the whole of society to build a better world in which there will never again be a war of these dimensions. A war is a failure of politics, dialogue and communication. The society that lived through the First World War went through many hardships and difficulties. It is important to recall the example of a generation that demonstrates how to rise again after a devastating conflict, thanks to the desire to overcome hardships, building a better society. Navas highlight the importance of organizing remembrance of this type to keep alive in our memory our history.
Es importante que la nueva ciudadanía.
Today we commemorate not only the memory of the victims, but it is also important to value politics as a tool to avoid any kind of conflict and the training of new generations so that they have the ability to reflect and thus can bet on harmony over confrontation. The event was conducted by Gary Benham, a well-known member in our municipality of the Welsh Society Costa del Sol, who had words of appreciation for the various authorities who attended the date.
Well, once again we're here for this Armistice Day celebration in conjunction with the Benalmádena Town Hall, Royal British Legion here on the Costa del Sol, and it's just 2 minutes out of our lives to remember those who are affected by conflict and fallen, given their lives for how we can live these days. I think it's very, very important this year especially to remember some of the sacrifices that have been made and to learn from those sacrifices. And also, I'd just like to say, thank you to the Benalmádena Town Hall, the Mayor Víctor Navas and the Foreign Residence Department for allowing us to hold it here in the marvellous Castle Bilbil this year. And I think it is done justice, even though we're living here in Spain, we can still enjoy some of our more homely comforts. And this is, for me personally, a specific mark during the year. It's a day that we always, marks a before and after during the year. So it is very, very important to not forget everything that's happened, all the sacrifices that are made.
Among the representation of the foreign community in the municipality, the event was attended by Neil Toplis, President of the Royal British Legion in southern Spain. In representation of the French community was Prisca Vanier of the Association Union of French Abroad. Remembrance Day serves to remember the sacrifices of the armed forces and civilians in times of war, specifically since the First World War. A day marked by the sound of the bagpipes or the image of the remembrance poppy, which has become a hallmark of this day.
We all know how slow the processes of awarding contracts in the public administration can be. To speed it up, the City Council of Benalmádena has approved a framework contract for project drafting and construction management.
The mayor of Benalmádena, Víctor Navas, held a meeting this week at City Hall with the successful bidders of the framework contract for drafting projects and construction management, a new initiative of the municipal government that seeks to streamline the process of awarding and executing projects. The plenary hall hosted this meeting in which the mayor and a technician of the City Council have addressed the doubts of the attendees.
Este encuentro entre técnicos, redactores de proyectos, arquitectos.
We've held a meeting with technical project drafters, architects and engineers, award with the one of the most important contracts that we have promoted in recent years. This is a framework contract that will plan the drafting of projects and directions of municipal works for the next 4 years, divided into 8 lots, executing during this period almost 80 new projects. Thanks to it, a group of professionals will be able to develop this technical work with a clear horizon ahead, and City Hall will speed up the processing of files and the execution of investment, shortening the deadlines for hiring and meeting the future needs more promptly. He also explained that this is the first agreement of its kind in Benalmádena, highlighting the work required for its development.
Hablamos de, como he dicho, 8 lotes y casi 80 contratos.
It is a milestone since it is the first contract of this type in Benalmádena, so its processing has been challenging. From now on, the procedures for the implementation of works will be much faster. We will have the draft projects and the works management with sufficient time in advance so that at the time we tender their execution, the works can begin immediately, reducing the times by almost a third. The mayor of Benalmádena stressed that the agreement will mean more speed and agility in the drafting of projects, also mentioning some of the projects that fall within the 8 lots defined in the agreement.
A partir de ahora, los procedimientos de redacción de cualquier tipo de
Among the first projects that we will promote with these contracts, we highlight phases 3 and 4 of the Albaitar Park and some of the EDUSI lines of action, remodeling of the Doña Gloria Social Center, business incubator in Solimar Square, and expansion of the library of Arroyo de la Miel, among others. It will also be an essential resource to streamline the processing of projects linked to the various lines of subsidies of the Plan for Recovery, Transformation and Resilience, to which we opt from the City Council.
The International Short and Alternative Film Festival of Benalmádena marked the agenda at the beginning of the month, and now, a few weeks later, it's time to assess its development, as well as the promotion achieved by the municipality.
Culture Councilman Pablo Centella and the directors of the International Short and Alternative Film Festival of Benalmádena, Jaime Noguera and José Ramón Martínez, took stock of the last edition that concluded.
De principio ya sabíamos que la trascendencia del festival era especialmente.
We already knew that the importance of the festival. We only had to look at the number of short films in competition, which exceed 1,100 works submitted to the official section from all over the world. FICAP helped us to strengthen our tourism package beyond the successful binomial of Sun and Beach and the Costa del Sol brand, introducing the cultural element as a characteristic sign in Benalmádena. The FICAP leaves a great aftertaste after a whole week of screenings and events with cinema as the protagonist of our cultural and social life. Noguera highlighted the exposure increase in their social networks.
Cabe destacar que
Our Facebook profile received 676% more visits than last year, a substantial increase in exposure from which its sponsors and collaborators have also benefited. Publications about the festival reach almost 300,000 people only through Facebook, with a more than 112,000 organic publications and 157,000 promotional. We should also add the thousands of visits on the official website of the festival and the advertising exposure in several media. Although most of our followers are Spanish and a large percentage from Malaga, the international nature of this festival is perfect to arouse interest from moviegoers from foreign countries, especially France, Argentina, Italy, United Kingdom, Colombia, and the United States, among others. This year, the Benalmádena Independent Cultural Association pulled out all the stops to promote the festival in order to attract and convert more leads at FICAP 2022 events, such as galas and parallel activities. Another objective was to increase the notoriety of FICAP in the digital environment among qualified audiences. In total, the promotional actions in digital media achieved 424,010 impacts, adding those of official networks and digital media.
Esos contenidos, y como comentaba, pues nos ha sorprendido.
From the analysis of the data obtained in social networks, it is clear that the people who have shown interest in the FICAP programming are mostly between 35 and 44 years old, although it is noteworthy that the festival has been followed by people of all ages, including children and young people, possibly attracted because every year activities aimed at this age group are programmed with the aim of bringing cinema closer to the younger audience. ACIBE invests this year in the creation of audiovisual material, especially of the events that made up the program of the Benalmádena International Film Festival, in order to facilitate its dissemination in the media and enrich the festival's documentary collection. Thus, several video pieces were created on the opening, closing, and course of the festival.
The littoral race and the half marathon are back once again this year. The Sports Councilman Joaquín Villazón participated in the presentation of the event that will donate its benefits to Proyecto Hombre.
The Hotel Holiday World Polynesia hosted on Tuesday the presentation of the 4th Half Marathon and 7th Holiday World Coastal Race. Organized by the hotel complex in collaboration with the Town Hall of Benalmádena, the race runs along our coastline and aims to raise funds for Proyecto Hombre Málaga. The presentation was attended by the Director of Holiday World Grupo Peñarroya, Mari Francis Peñarroya, the Sport Councilman Joaquín Villazón, the Director of the Sports Department of the Provincial Council, Borja Vivas, the representative of La Caixa Foundation, Enrique Sánchez, and the Director of Proyecto Hombre Málaga, Belén Pardo.
Es la séptima carrera.
This is a sporting event well established in the province, as evidenced by the 6 previous editions and the support of entities such as the Diputación de Málaga and La Caixa Foundation, which highlights the importance of this popular race and half marathon as one of the most important sporting events in the sports calendar of the Costa del Sol. A great race of the littoral and the Costa del Sol, which in its 7th edition expects to exceed the number of participants of the previous edition. We are committed to increasing the number of runners and surpassing ourselves every year. Peñarroya explains that her intention is to continue improving participation figures.
Este año nos propusimos.
The starting and finishing point will be the Elephant Roundabout at the entrance to the Holiday World Resort, and the route will run along the entire Benalmádena coastline. After the race, the awards ceremony will be linked with music, entertainment, and a popular outdoor paella at the beach club. For the race, it has been prepared a sanitary device that has ambulance services and health professionals. The resort invites all participants to come prepared for the race. We ask you to train and not to exceed limits. You have to come prepared to participate. For his part, Villazón announced a collaboration agreement signed to continue with the event the next 4 years.
Cuando hablamos de esta carrera, yo como concejal, me siento muy satisfecho.
I want to announce that we've signed an agreement to keep the event going at least another 4 years. It has a special future as it is aimed at the whole family with the 3 modalities and will have animation points that this year, as a novelty, will be located throughout the route, so you can enjoy a sporting and family atmosphere throughout the route, thanks to the collaboration of hotels and stores on the coast of Benalmádena. This race is an opportunity to practice sport and enjoy the city while supporting a charitable cause. A spectacular project in a fabulous environment such as Benalmádena, where you can spend the day with your family.
Citizens of all ages from our municipality gathered last week at the Sports Center of Arroyo de la Miel to participate in Walking for a Challenge, an initiative of the sports area that seeks to promote healthy lifestyle habits.
Walking for a Challenge is a global physical sports activity created to counteract obesity, overweight and sedentary lifestyle. The mayor of Benalmádena, Victor Navas, along with other councillors of the corporation, led last week this march that started from the Sports Center of Arroyo de la Miel, an initiative promoted from the sports area in collaboration with the Health Delegation and the Costa del Sol Health District to spread healthy lifestyle habits among the students of the schools of Benalmádena through an extensive group walk.
Hoy detrás de la pancarta reivindicando los hábitos de vida saludable.
Today we claim healthy lifestyle habits, a less sedentary life and the Mediterranean diet with an activity that adds the steps of all participants to cover the long distance between Benalmádena and Mar del Plata in Argentina. It is very important for the little ones to establish healthy habits such as eating at least one piece of fruit a day or walking daily. It is good for the environment and health. Centers such as Jacaranda, El Tomillar or IES Albaitar filled the Arroyo Sports Center with young people eager to work and have fun. The initiative was born in the City Council of Benalmádena in 2016 within the second local health plan.
Estamos aquí en la quinta edición de Caminando por un Reto.
Walking for a Challenge has had in its fifth edition with the participation of about 3,500 students, parents, teachers and many more people who wanted to participate. They have participated all schools in the municipality and the IES Albaitar in this festival of sport to raise awareness of the importance of physical exercise to avoid sedentary lifestyles and improve health. The technician of the sports area, Matthias Hagenmann, emphasized that there was already a desire to organize this event again. In addition, he highlights the arduous work of preparation that it requires.
Son muchos meses, días de preparación, el estrés va aumentando.
On the occasion of the celebration of World Day Against Childhood Obesity, we wanted to do our bit to raise awareness, especially in the early stages of education, so that it goes permitting and we have an increasingly healthy population. There was a lot of expectation with this initiative and our citizens were looking forward to go out to the streets.
And these are today's headlines. Benalmádena commemorates Remembrance Day. More agility and speed in the municipal contract. FICAD promotes Benalmádena around the world. The Holiday World Half Marathon is back. Benalmádena walks for a challenge. The weather forecast for the weekend will leave us with slightly cloudy skies with intervals of low clouds and morning mist in the interior, without ruling out fog and increasing to intervals of medium and high clouds during the afternoon. Temperature will drop with highs of 20 degrees and lows of 11, and winds from the west. And that's all. Thank you for watching us, and remember you can stay updated on our website or social media profile on Facebook and Twitter. Have a good night and enjoy the weekend.